our lead TCM physician from Parkway, Shenton. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have her to join us.
Hello everyone, I'm Ann TXT and happy to meet all of you here and hope you are doing well for the past few months as our world starts to open up. I want to thank our brand marketing team, especially Michelle Lim, for organizing this seminar and inviting me to share important TCM concepts, specifically focused on food wellness for all of you here to help maintain your well-being amidst these challenging times. Okay, so here are the topics covered today. You will understand what TCM health and wellness is, how to stay healthy the TCM way, how food is digested, how emotions affect digestion, and how food can be classified into different categories the TCM way. Okay, so let's start by first understanding what TCM is all about and how it can benefit your health. Okay. So traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM in short form, is widely regarded as a complementary therapy to contemporary medicine. Okay. So from the phrase traditional Chinese medicine, we understand that this is a holistic way of healing originated from the Chinese culture and has existed for thousands of years. So TCM sees the human body as an organic whole in which all constituent parts are structurally inseparable, functionally coordinative and interactive, and pathologically inter-influencing. It also recognizes that the human species is closely related with natural and social environments, and that we maintain our normal life activity by actively adapting to and thereby transforming nature. Okay. So therefore, wellness is about balance. When we are sick, our bodies have the innate ability to rebalance itself over time to maintain the natural state of health. Hence, everyone can learn more about, understand, and use TCM principles no matter where we are in our personal health journey now. So let's find out what are the important definitions in TCM health. Okay. The definition of health is that it's a natural, harmonious state of a human being. A healthy person has smooth overall energy, total qi flow, with all four internal energies of moving qi, blood, yin and yang energies at their optimum level. The body can maintain wellness by nourishing and balancing itself consistently, and therefore, any physical discomfort or symptoms disappear in a very short time. Meanwhile, the definition of illness is a discordant state of the body whereby the combination of internal and external factors, including the six pathogens, imbalanced diet, too much or too little physical activity, etc., these are consistently imbalanced and therefore unable to maintain its natural state of well-being, leading to physical discomfort and symptoms appear over a long period of time. And last but not least, definition of subhealth is the borderline state, okay, between being healthy and being ill. Physical discomfort and symptoms are less obvious than illness, but there's an obvious decrease in overall energy level. Okay. So how do we stay healthy the TCM way? First, we now understand what health is. Okay, it is actually a state. And if states, okay, are fluid and can be changed, right? And we also need to understand the six pathogens and four internal energies, as our current body constitution is made up of the combination of excess pathogens and stagnation or deficiencies of our internal energies. Okay? So today our focus is to understand how daily foods are digested. Do they purge the pathogens or do they nourish the internal energies? So let's start with the first pathogen. Okay, this is the wind. Okay, so it is always moving fast everywhere. Okay, it opens the pores on our skin. Okay, and has the ability to shift other pathogens around the body. Its associated season is spring. Okay. Meanwhile, related symptoms, okay, are headache, cold sweat, dizziness, and seizures. Next up, we have cold, means constant lower temperatures than what our human body can withstand for long periods of time. And it occurs and stays in localized areas of the body. Associated season is winter. Okay. Meanwhile, the related symptoms are coldness in specific body parts, decreased circulation of various systems like the blood flow and lymph nodes, okay, and strong pulling tension pain in muscles and tendons. So what is dampness? This next pathogen. It is a feeling of heaviness and sluggishness. It is sticky and can be smelly like the mold on the wall. It can spread around the body very slowly. Okay. So it is actually associated with the humidity of the environment, and the related symptoms are sluggishness in large areas of the body, especially the lower body and the limbs, okay? Phlegm in the throat or the chest areas, okay? Blocked or running nose, and mucus. And what is dryness? It is lightweight and can spread fast around the body, so it is the opposite of dampness. The associated season is autumn. And the related symptoms are dryness of skin, upper respiratory tract, okay, eyes, etc., and parts of the body where it is supposed to be moist. Next up, we have heat. Okay, so you all know it means constant higher temperatures than what our human body can withstand for long periods of time. It has a tendency to travel up the body, and it is the opposite of cold. Okay. Associated season is summer, and the related symptoms are heat in the upper torso, okay, increased circulation of various systems, and inflammation, okay, in various parts of the body, especially the skin. And last but not least, we have the sixth pathogen. This is summer heat. Okay. So it's a term used by the Chinese to describe the short seasons that occurs in late summer before autumn. It is present in the body as a combination, okay, of the heat and the dampness pathogens. So the related symptoms definitely includes both the heat and dampness symptoms as mentioned just now. In general, about 50% of the patients who come and see me experience dampness, heat, or summer heat symptoms due to our Singapore climate and the huge choices of food that we enjoy here. Okay. So let's talk about the internal energies. The first one is qi. Qi is the non-physical energy created from the combination of the air that we breathe, the food that we eat, okay, and our biological parents' internal energies. Okay. It flows everywhere in the body via the channels called meridians, as you can see here, and it controls all the bodily functions. If the qi is not moving smoothly in the meridians, qi stagnation related symptoms will occur. Okay. For example, the tension headache, okay, tension pain, headache, and stomachache. Okay, and if qi is not sufficient to maintain the smooth flow, qi deficient related symptoms are breathlessness, weakness, and fatigue. Next up, we have blood. Okay, it is the physical fluid made up of many different types of cells that flows in the arteries and veins, as you can see in this image. And its purpose is to nourish all the body organs. If blood is not flowing smoothly in the blood vessels, blood stagnation related symptoms are strains, sprains, joint stiffness, etc. And if blood is not sufficient, okay, to maintain the smooth blood flow, blood deficient related symptoms are lightheadedness, okay, like fainting, okay, weakness, and fatigue. Okay, let's now understand about the yang and yin energies. Okay. So yang energy qualities are similar to the sun, giving us light and warm sensation with the brightness shining outwards. So if there's a deficiency, okay, the symptoms will be getting tired, okay, and falling asleep easily, being afraid of cold, okay, having cold torso, and limbs. Meanwhile, the yin energy qualities are similar to the moon, which wanes into the darkness. It's a cool sensation, okay, just like hiding into the shade of the tree from the sun. It's basically the opposite qualities to yang energy. So if there's a deficiency in yin energy, the symptoms expressed by body includes insomnia, okay, hot flushes, night sweat, dry skin or nails or hair, thirsty easily, being afraid of heat, and having warm torso and limbs. Okay. In general, about 20% of my patients are having the Qi and the Yin deficiencies, but due to similar symptoms with the heat pathogen, okay, most of them are mistaken that they have excess of heat pathogen. So let's now find out how food is digested. The stomach and spleen are the two most important organs for digestion. Okay? So you can see that the stomach and spleen here, stomach digests all the water and food we eat, then transport it to the spleen system, which then transforms the nutrients into body fluids that nourishes the lungs, so as to take in the air from the environment to support the generation of our total qi. And the waste body fluids are transported out from kidneys and excreted as urine. Spleen also regulates blood circulation, which transports nutrients to our muscles. And one of the very important function, our immune function, is also affected by how well our spleen functions too. So after knowing about them, okay, here are 3 simple and easy wellness tips good for your digestion, which you can apply at every meal. So the stomach likes to be kept warm and damp. Okay, so do drink fluids regularly, but lesser or no cold water will help to lower the risk of indigestion. Okay? This is because the coldness decreases our metabolism. The body has to warm up the cold water of, say, like for example 10 degrees, right, to the normal 36 or 37 degrees the body temperature. So if you drink a beverage with a warming quality, okay, for example like ginger tea, okay, when you are taking cold food, for example, okay, then it actually goes well with raw food like salads and sushi. And next point we have chew food at least 20 to 30 times, okay, for every mouthful. Digestive systems in the saliva generated by the spleen system, okay, can actually have more time to excrete it, okay, and be mixed with the food to digest one round before swallowing into the stomach to be digested for a second round. Last but not least, walk or move around after food for 10 to 15 minutes. This is to improve your overall qi flow and easier for the gravity to shift the food from stomach to small intestines. Okay, next up. So how do our emotions affect the digestion? Okay, so the ancient Chinese, okay, understand that qi and emotions are intimately connected. The appearance of physical symptoms are just an expression of the imbalance of the qi and emotions. Okay? So this is the quote from a major TCM classic text, 黄帝内经. Okay? It's a Huangdi's internal classic of medicine. Instead of using much mental and physical energies to focus on extrinsic desires, if one is consistently in states of calmness to tranquility to pure joy, the universal energy will flow smoothly through, and one's life force will be fully focused internally on managing the bodily functions. Okay? So how can any illness remain or arise as a result? Okay? So what this means is that if we are able to be mentally mindful of the root cause of any emotion and be able to rebalance it, we will actually be able to heal ourselves and maintain good health. So what are the main emotions? Okay. They are joy, worry, sadness, fear, and anger. So all of them affects the qi flow in our bodies. Okay, worry is the main emotion that leads to the stagnation of qi flow and hence decreasing the functions of our stomach and spleen systems. Okay. Those symptoms of excessive worry includes the lack of appetite, okay, bloatedness, burping, yawning, sighing, okay, slow physical reaction times even, okay, insomnia, and pain along the stomach, and spleen meridians. Okay? So this is the stomach meridian, okay, and this is the spleen meridian. Okay. So my patients' Qi stagnation issues can actually cause them to experience muscle strain on any point along these two meridians, and the pain is resolved when their digestion improves. Okay. So a wellness tip for you is that whenever we are eating, instead of worrying about various issues on our minds, do remember to focus on the joyful experience of taking in your nourishment. Okay? Your qi flow will be much better, and your spleen and stomach will thank you for helping with your food digestion. Okay, so let's move on to the type of food. Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so now that you understand about pathogens, internal energies, and digestion, let's now understand how TCM food is classified. Foods can be either purging or one or more of the 6 pathogens, or nourishing one or more of the 4 internal energies. Okay, so for the purging foods, okay, we have the wind and heat purging, which is peppermint, chrysanthemum, and burdock. Okay. It is not suitable in excess if having cold symptoms. Next up, we have heat purging. So most fruits, melons, okay, coconut, and sugarcane, etc., okay, they are heat purging and not suitable in excess if having cold symptoms. We have the dampness and cold purging. Most spices, ginger, garlic, onion, pepper, and cinnamon, etc., okay, they are not suitable in excess if having heat symptoms. Okay. And there's the dampness and heat purging, green bean, barley, and lemongrass. Okay. They are not suitable in excess if having dryness symptoms. Okay, next up, we have the nourishing foods. Tea and blood nourishing, most grains like brown rice, okay, and even Chinese yam, okay, eggs, dates. Okay, these are good for tea and blood nourishing. Not suitable in excess if having tea and blood stagnation symptoms. In nourishing, we have most vegetables, fish, lotus root, honey, and American or Canadian ginseng, Xiyangshen, not suitable in excess if having yang deficiency symptoms. And for yang nourishing, okay, most meats are that cordyceps, eucommia, and walnut. These are not suitable in excess if having yin deficiency symptoms. Okay. Now we find out about stagnation relieving foods. Okay, if you have taken too much meat, actually can take some hawthorn fruit, okay, water. Okay, that means you put the hawthorn slices into water and you can drink it after your meal. Okay, best to be warm water. Okay, this is like good for. So for too much fruit, we have like citrus fruits. Okay, you can take dried citrus peel, okay, plum, and radish. Okay? And if there's tea stagnation due to negative emotions, okay, some rose, lavender, chamomile tea will help a lot. Okay? So now I'm sure you understand a lot more about how to eat well the TCM way. Okay, so let's go through what you can expect during your TCM consultation with dietary recommendations. So when the patient walks in, I start with my TCM diagnostic template to collect all the relevant data with regards to their main issues to make an informed diagnosis. I help my patients to understand their body constitution so they know why their bodies have the tendency to express the certain groups or symptoms which I mentioned just now. Okay? And a full consultation process with me also includes like personalized TCM dietary recommendation Because as explained previously, we are what we eat. So a food chart, okay, is presented to my patients based on their body constitution and explain thoroughly what foods they should avoid and which combination of the foods are currently suitable for them. Okay, so we have now come to the poll questions for today. Are you ready? Okay. So the first question is, okay, what do you think of having a TCM health consultation, okay, included with your annual GP health screening checkup? Okay. Good idea? Okay. Neutral? Bad idea? Okay, can choose now. So has everyone chosen? Okay, great. So very good. Okay, like 79% of you guys, okay, think it's a good idea. 20%, okay, think it's neutral. Okay, and 1% thinks it's a bad idea. Okay, great. Okay, let me continue. Question 2. How many times do you think you need to do TCM treatments for your various symptoms to see significant improvements? Okay. Is it like 1 to 5 times? Okay. Or maybe like 6 to 10? Or more than 10? Okay. So go ahead, please key in your choices. Okay, so we have like 1 to 5 times, like 34%. Okay, 6 to 10 times, like 39%, and more than 10 times, 26%. Okay, so overall it's quite balanced out, yeah? Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let me explain. Okay, actually, right, most people don't know that it doesn't really take many times for your ailments, okay, to be relieved, okay, for 1 to 5 times, right, for these acute pain management issues, okay, and maybe acute respiratory conditions like the flu, colds, and coughs. Okay, so 1 to 5 times is usually enough. Then meanwhile, for 6 to 10 times is usually for long-term indigestion issues like long-term pain management and also skin issues. And the more than 10 times, right, okay, it's definitely for chronic issues like cancer management, high cholesterol, diabetes. Okay, okay, very good. Let's move on. Okay, what type of TCM treatment modalities do you prefer? Okay, so we have, of course, everybody knows acupuncture, herbal formulas, okay, or cupping and or moxibustion, okay, and or scraping, okay, or acupuncture and herbal formulas, okay, or acupuncture and herbal formulas and cupping, okay, or acupuncture and herbal formulas and moxibustion, okay, or acupuncture and herbal formulas and scraping, okay. Of course, the last choice is no preference, okay. So go ahead, choose one. Okay, so we have the results. Okay, let me do this. Okay, acupuncture only. Okay, 5% of you chose. Herbal formulas only. Okay, 14%. Cupping and or moxibustion and or scraping, 12%. Okay. Acupuncture and herbal formulas, 25%. Acupuncture and herbal formulas and cupping, 10%. Acupuncture and herbal formulas and moxibustion, 7%. Acupuncture and herbal formulas and scraping, 6%. And then there's a 20% of no preference. Okay, but the highest score is, of course, acupuncture and herbal formulas as expected, okay, at 25%. Okay, great. These are the two most common treatment modalities that you all know and understand, right? Okay, very good. Okay, let's continue. So thank you very much for your time, everyone. Okay, and I believe all of you here have more understanding about TCM food and your health and wellness now. You can see me at this clinic address. Okay, I'm at the Shenton Wellness Center, Alexandra Road. Okay,